Let me say this first.
So in my head, I wrote that now, like over 2 years ago. I was on a trip in Europe and we were in Stockholm at the end, and I think about halfway through, I went for this session with these three amazing writers. And I remember the first session being kind of a challenge, and it took a while to get going. We weren't fully sure, where the song was going, what we wanted to do. And I think we'd been working on a different song actually, but we kind of all agreed, like, all right, this is not it. Like, let's move on to something different. And Tom, one of the writers, he sat down and started playing the chords in my head, and it was very, very bare bones, like, type of thing. And I was immediately drawn to it, and I thought, like, okay, we can write something over this. And we all just were kind of listening to it, kind of, experimenting with different melodies and stuff. And then I think we got to this part in the chorus, and I knew it was the chorus, and we wanted to be this soaring kind of big chorus. And I just remember the words clearly kind of falling out, like, if we fall apart. And that was the first part. And then from, those lyrics, we crafted the rest of the song. Yeah, basically the core of the song is, if we fall apart, I still got you in my head. And the rest of the song just talks about that story of a relationship that's probably been going on for a very long time. And just, it's kind of coming to its end, and it's like a coping. It's the coping of realizing, if this all crumbles and just crashes, or if we lose to time, we have each other in our heads forever. And that was kind of the sentiment of the song. It's just been such a special song this past year. It was my first official single, and I couldn't have ever imagined it being what it is or what it's become, and the way that people have been listening to it and have created it into what it is. It's like literally gone platinum in Canada, which is, I'm still trying to get it through my head. And the first time I heard In My Head on the radio, I believe I was driving to Kingston, Ontario, and I just remember it coming on, and there was like a whole intro and everything to it, and just hearing it for that first time, like on the radio, between these songs these artists that I've listened to for so long, and then just to have my song just come on all of a sudden after, I can't even remember what song it was now, but I think I was singing along to the song before, and then it just came on, and I was like, what? It was, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe that feeling. And then just hearing it kind of come on over and over again, just around, and I think it was even more just mind-blowing being in different areas, being in the city, like being in Toronto, hearing it for the first time, and then being, somewhere else and hearing it for the first time, and just realizing kind of the magnitude of what was happening with it. And it's just, it's really weird to look at, you go from sitting in this studio kind of in like a basement in Stockholm, Sweden, crafting this thing, and then all of a sudden it's being played out to all the people and it's just a special thing, seeing that process from start to finish. And it's been such an amazing ride, and then getting to perform it and having like people, the first time I really I think realized for sure, because you're in your own bubble when you're listening to it on the radio, but when I was actually on tour performing it, and then on Alessia's tour, and then on my own tour even more so, just people chanting the lyrics back, and it just is this buzzy kind of like feeling that encompasses you, and yeah, there's really nothing like it. It's unexplainable. Yeah, I think the feeling of having, your songs recognized, or even just, being recognized in general, it's in theory kind of a scary thought, but when it happens, it typically feels, it feels natural somehow, is the best way I can describe it. Like, it feels like, having that energy, I guess. It's like, it really is. It's like this, it's a very happy, like just very energizing kind of energy. And I feel like, especially when I have people coming up and telling me how the song affected them in a positive way, or how it got them through something, like that just, that just is like so satisfying. And that's like, it literally feels like a piece is just like clicked together inside, and like the puzzle pieces are just going together when that happens. It's like, now I feel like I'm fulfilling my meaning, which is really cool to be able to do. Yeah.